Tiffany Cross brings up some old news, make it a new news, but it is real news. Tiffany Cross questions Melania Trump's pathway to citizenship. Here it is.
But I just want to remind the viewers, his wife herself, a former nude model, got the Einstein Visa to come over here, completely usurped the immigration system. What was her unique talent, I wonder, that she was able to get that? Furthermore, he's increasing these deportations because he's trying to be competitive with his predecessor, who I'm ashamed to say, Obama, who they called deporter-in-chief because he deported so many people. 430-something thousand, I believe, was the height of the year 2013. And can I just say really quickly, though, Stephen Miller, this entire immigration policy is the brainchild of Stephen Miller, a white nationalist, according to all the reporting, very documented reporting. He's a white nationalist, exactly. And that is the problem here. Ever since he was in high school, he is actually regurgitating people that were actually.
Yes, this policy is a regurgitation of white supremacist policies inside of their charter KKK organizations. Now, to the Einstein pass here. Put it up full mass. We talked about this a while ago. I mean, it has been a while ago. So this is not new news. But it is worth highlighting given the administration's position as it relates to undocumented individuals and individuals who are here on work visas, et cetera. Okay? So during a panel debate on Trump's immigration crackdown that also featured TYT's on, Anna was there, and she did a great job, actually, did a beautiful job. Tiffany Cross made a cutting remark about First Lady Melania and talked about her pathway to citizenship. So Cross questioned how Melania, a former fashion model, was able to get what's known as an Einstein Visa, an EB-1A visa, which is an employment-based visa. First preference visa for a person typically of extraordinary skills, and they are highly acclaimed in their field of expertise. Now, that's usually reserved for engineers and physicists and computer techs, biologists, chemists receive this type of visa at times. And also for special projects where the government is relying, or private company that has a contract with the government, they are relying on particular talent in order to satisfy that contract. Put it up again, Jordan. Now, nude model is not on the list, okay? As a, let me read it, extraordinary skill or highly acclaimed in their specific industry. Okay. So the First Lady, Slovenian national, became a U.S. citizen back in 2006, one of only 5 people from the country to obtain the coveted visa, one of only 5. After applying for it in 2000 when she was working as a model in New York, dating Donald Trump at that time. Trump also sponsored her parents, who became U.S. citizens in 2018 through a family visa program opposed by the first Trump administration, according to CNN. Ms. Cross, while pointing out the president's expanding migrant targets also slammed former President Barack Obama his deportation record, rightfully so. Furthermore, he's increasing these deportations because he's trying to be competitive with his predecessor, who she says, I'm ashamed to say, Obama, who they call deporter-in-chief because he deported so many people, 430-something thousand, I believe, was the height of the year 2013. She added, former CNN host Greta, who went on to appear on Fox News and host the right-wing conservative network on the network Newsmax, defended Melania, okay? She posted on X, writing, quote, this is why CNN is failing. It is not news anymore. By the way, I interviewed Melania Trump in 2015 and asked her when she started her first business. She said 15. I was hanging out fast food joints with friends, eating French fries at 15. In a reply to Greta's post, this Trump supporter wrote, quote, Melania actually started probably earlier than that. I highly suggest you get her book and read it, Greta. Is well worth the read. I can see why she has so much self-confidence, is a hard worker in private. That is one intelligent woman. Another Trumper wrote, Tiffany would never have Melania's charm, intelligence, beauty, and class. And no one will ever ask her to be a nude model. Listen, guys, I mean, do you agree that she had the credibility and the background to receive the Einstein Visa? That's what this is about. The answers are about everything, but Ms. Cross is correct in bringing up the reality of it. The reason why this is now new news, even though it is old news, is because of Trump's expanding migrant policy. Okay? You're talking about a guy who once believed in these same policies are now saying these policies should be no more. Hell, on Juneteenth, instead of saying happy Juneteenth, he says we got too many days off in the United States of America, too many paid days away from work. That's the problem with America. All right, Rickey, thoughts here?
Yeah, that's what a good version of white privilege had Michelle Obama posed with a bathing suit on.
Right.
Okay? It would have been a whole problem. It was a whole problem when Barack Obama had on a tan suit.
Yeah.
That drove them crazy. And she's absolutely right. That's why networks that have gotten real weird, like MSNBC, let her go, and then they got rid of Joy Reid, and anybody that speak the truth is just a little bit too much for them. But that's what, when black people start talking about white privilege, you just explain all of it in this segment right here. So that's what white privilege look like.
Yeah, all day long. They're not concerned about immigration policy anymore. They're not concerned about the rules. They can be suspended for certain people, obviously.